Here's a mistake I see a lot with single member LLCs, and it usually shows up during taxes or a lawsuit. That's when the mistake gets exposed. And the mistake is that owners forget that the LLC still has a life separate from them. So even if the IRS ignores it for tax purposes, it still has a life. For taxes, most single member LLCs are treated as what we call disregarded entities. And that's an IRS concept. It does not mean the LLC is ignored everywhere else, and you can't ignore it as the owner, and legally, courts are not going to disregard it. I've heard clients say, but the IRS treats it like it's just me, so I thought I could just run everything through personal accounts. And that's true for reporting income. It's not true for liability shields, for contracts, or for lawsuits. And where this causes problems is consistency, and consistency with how we handle the structure of the LLC. The owner files taxes as an individual, which is fine. But then they sign contracts personally. They pay expenses personally, and they never clearly separate roles from person and LLC. And then when there's a dispute, the owner suddenly wants the LLC to matter. Courts don't like that switch. Courts aren't going to let you just switch that. So from a legal standpoint, you don't get to treat the LLC as real only when it's convenient. Either it exists as a separate entity or it doesn't, and that's why single member LLC owners still need to act like the business is its own thing. So set bank accounts, contracts in the company name, clear signatures showing you're acting as the company. The tax code and business law are solving very different problems, and mixing the two is where people get burned long term in a lawsuit where their shield breaks down. And so a single member LLC can be a great tool. It just requires consistency, and consistency is what judges look for when they decide whether the entity deserves the protection of the LLC shield.